So who says that Mother Nature can't have all the seasons in 1 week? If Mother Nature don't limit herself, why should you? Welcome back to Rolling with T-Bone as we roll down the road on the Black Cherry Harley-Davidson B-Rod. Just no particular destination today. Mother Nature has essentially gotten everything in this week. Sun, rain, snow. Snow yesterday and then back up to the near 70s today, so we're coming to the dogwoods are already starting to turn brown, so we're coming to the end of the little dogwood winter run we have. Next up will be blackberry winter, and usually blackberry winter isn't that bad. Blackberry winter usually ends up being a lot less wintry than dogwood. And I noticed that some of the leaves are starting to turn green on the blackberry bushes, so probably within the next couple of weeks you'll be able to go check your favorite spot for blackberries and you'll be able to see the buds on them. So we get on through the month of April and we get about 2 weeks into next month. We'll pretty well much be leaving winter behind. I don't ever really fully expect that we leave winter behind till about the middle of May, because you still run a risk up till about May the 10th through the 14th, somewhere in that area. You still run a pretty heavy risk of getting a nice frost on the ground, which as y'all know, our frost here can vary. We can have just a little thin sheet that'll show up on top of your car, or you can walk outside and the ground will be so frosted that it looks like it snowed. We have so many different variations of winter here that it's really hard to lay your finger on exactly which winter you're going to get. So we're getting ready to get into the whole jump into spring into summer, jump into spring. God. I'm sorry, guys. The spring into summer sweep giveaway, which if you paid attention to the last video, you know what the keyword is. I'm not going to give the keyword again in this video, because if you don't know what the keyword is, you need to go back and watch Monday's video and get the keyword, last week's video. But I'll tell you what, man, I'm ready. You know, people keep talking about what to expect with the weather here. Our weather is just so undefinite. There's never definite weather here. We don't never just have, well, this is what's going to be guaranteed. We don't do guaranteed weather here. The only thing you can really guarantee is that in the middle of winter it's cold and in the middle of summer it's hot. Outside of that, we go through about 25-30 different seasons here. We go from, you know, I've been riding motorcycles in short sleeve shirts on New Year's Day to it snowed on New Year's Day, so you know. But we're getting into spring now and I'm ready. You know, didn't get to do much recording on a lot of stuff, and of course, like I said, I was down for a little over a month, so I didn't get to put out a whole lot of content over the winter. But you know, hoping to change that now. We're getting sprung. Basically, we're already into spring. We just gotta get on past the little cold snaps that are coming, and maybe I'll be able to get regular riding in on days that I don't need my truck at work. I might be able to ride my bike and do some shooting content like that. But I haven't really set stone any kind of big long ride. I haven't set anything in stone yet, so I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go. But the little V-Rod, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, man, this thing is a back road loving machine. This motorcycle's comfortable at 40, 45 mile per hour. You know, just getting out, cruising the back roads, having a good time. I guess I've noticed that there's been some changes in the presentation of a lot of the influencers on Facebook, moto bloggers and such. You know, everyone right now is trying to tinker with the formula a little bit, and it needs to be tinkered with, because you can't all use the same formula. What might work for one influencer's fans may not work for another's. So, you know, it's a tinkering process. Of course, I've tinkered with this setup of mine. I've changed names, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to stay with Rolling with T-Bone. As I said before, Rolling with T-Bone doesn't just geographically lock me down like the first name did. First couple of names did. So I got that going on, and I'm trying to just watch what everybody else is doing. And like I said, there's a lot of the formulas are being tinkered with right now. And like I said, that's not a bad thing. You've got to tinker with things just a little bit, or you're going to get buried up. But I've noticed one thing that I have noticed. It is a route that I haven't went yet. I've noticed that some of the YouTube moto bloggers, and of course now, I'm not going to say I'm the only one, but I am the only one that I know of that actually uploads the same video to YouTube and Facebook. Now, if you've been with the channel for a while, you know that's not what I said in the beginning. Actually, what I had said in the beginning was that I was going to do specific videos for Facebook and specific videos for YouTube. But the more I started thinking about that with each video that I done, you know, each bit of content that I put out, I didn't want to feel like I was neglecting either or. But you know, who knows, there may be a video one of these days that I'm not able to upload to one platform or the other. That may end up being just a YouTube video or just a Facebook video. But right now, I kind of enjoy what it is. But I've noticed that some of the other moto bloggers they're starting to backpedal a little bit what they're doing, because they have found that in the pursuit of being an influencer, that once you get bound down, like I said, with money, and we've already had that conversation here, I'm sure that if I set up a PayPal account, or if I did some way for people to donate money for me to do this, that y'all would do it. I've had it mentioned to me before, but as I have always said, I don't want to feel like I'm beholden. If I decide that I'm not going to put a video out one week, then it's my decision. It's not costing me anything to put them out, and it's not costing me anything to not put them out. The only thing it costs is a little bit of old equipment that I'm using. Just means that it'll lay there and it won't get used. And I there's times that I'm fine with that. But I do like to try to stay consistent. I do like to put out one video a week. And some of y'all who've been with me for a while know that I used to put out 2 videos a week. And I just found that was just entirely too much to take on. With a full-time job, wife, kids, there wasn't enough hours in a week to do it. And nor that I have the drive to do it. I mean, that's a lot of attention that you're having to give to one thing when you'd already pretty sure you don't have enough time to barely put out one video. But you know, what I've noticed about them is that a lot of them are coping and they're grappling with the fact that they feel like that if they don't put out the right kind of content, that they are letting down the people who are subscribed to them. They're fans, basically they're fans, which I don't have a lot of fans doing this. I just have friends that are on my page watching my videos, friends and family, and that's fine with that. I mean, like I said, yes, I would love to see my YouTube channel blow up and, you know, have 100,000 followers, but if I don't, then I don't. And everything consistent that I have watched, everything that I have consistently watched, all of the people on YouTube, motovloggers, who have big subscription followers, all just looked up and got that one video that enough people saw and enough people commented on and liked that it went viral. It got into the algorithm on YouTube, and once it got into the algorithm, there was no way, you know, there was no way to stop it. It just blew up and went wild. One moto vlogger in particular, Jess, her two wheels, she's an Ohio moto vlogger, and she can actually take it back to the very video that blew up for her and went viral and started getting her subscribers. And that was, of course, her moto vlog video, the very first camping. She did a motorcycle solo camping trip video, and it blew up, went viral, and it got her a ton of subscribers. But that was dumb luck. I mean, no offense to Jess, because she's a great moto blogger. She's a great content creator, and I watch her every time she puts out a video. I watch it. But did she say, okay, this camping trip video is the one I need to make to get me a ton of subscribers and to get my name out and to get my brand over? No. It was just another video that she shot, that she uploaded, that people gravitated toward. It was at the right place at the right time, and once it caught on fire, it was unstoppable. And every content creator that I've ever watched on YouTube have all said the same thing. It was just dumb luck. I put out a video that I didn't think would amount to anything more than what any of my other videos had, and it blew up and became a monster and got me a ton of recognition. And that doesn't always happen. You know, the biggest way I see to become big on YouTube, not Facebook so much, because Facebook will limit you. YouTube is kind of unlimited if you can get into the algorithm. But the quickest way I've seen to become something on YouTube is to be consistent, put out consistent content, try to do the best content that you can. And a lot of people talk to me about the common sense approach to things that I take. They enjoy the rides, they enjoy where I go, they enjoy hearing what I have to say. So I try to keep all of that consistent, because I always try to keep it in the back of my mind that I could do this all day long. But if I don't have something to say, then nobody's going to listen. And, you know, not every time that I open my mouth on camera does something consistently just all, you know, awe-inspiring or jaw-dropping, just, you know, profound wisdom come out of my mouth. I get crazy sometimes. I don't know. You know, they always say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him think. A lot of times I don't have a lot to say about anything, and then sometimes I have a lot to say about everything. But you know, staying consistent, and if you're in with a influencer who has a lot of subscribers, if you can get that influencer, either you get on their channel or they can make an appearance on your channel, and give you a plug, then you're going to pick up subscribers from that. Case in point is Shade Tree Surgeon. Shade Tree Surgeon on YouTube was actually one of the very first motorcycle vloggers that I ever started watching. And I didn't catch him at the very beginning of his motovlog career. He was in the algorithm on my suggested videos one day, and it was a 1,200-mile road trip that he did on a hardtail chopper. And then I started backing up and watching some of his earlier videos, and I try to keep up with what he's doing now. But you know, this they have their twice yearly Forgotten Angels camp out, which just recently passed, and I don't know how many people's channel that I've watched grow because Josh, Shade Tree Surgeon, either gave them a plug on his YouTube channel, or he showed up for a guest appearance on their YouTube channel and they exploited it. It was exploited and they got more viewers out of it. That's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with another YouTube influencer helping someone. I think that's awesome. Share the wealth, you know. You don't have to be the only game in town or the only dog, you know, in the yard, which is why I've tried to convince some of you, the ones who are watching this video right now, get in contact with me. I will help you get set up to where you can start doing this. Maybe you have a backstory. Maybe you have a story that would help somebody who's having a bad day clicking through videos trying to find something to watch. You know, maybe you know interesting rides, or maybe you ride an interesting motorcycle. Maybe there's something about you that would draw other people in and make them interested in what you do. Men, women, it doesn't matter. The one thing I've noticed about motovlogging in particular, of course, all kind of influencers and, you know, people who, you know, listen to music and are introduced to music, you know, for the first time. There's no race barrier with this. There's no gender barrier with this. There's no age barrier with this. Literally, if you can get a camera on you and get a YouTube channel and figure out how to upload on Facebook, you may have some kind of profound something to say to somebody that they would enjoy hearing. But, you know, again, that's why I try to encourage you guys. And people will say, well, if you encourage everybody that watches you to pick up a camera, then they'll stop listening to you and they'll just work. Hey, that's fine. I will watch their videos. I don't have an ego about this thing. I have no trouble clicking on a local person's video and watching it, or riding with them and shooting videos together. And some of you have talked to me about it. You know, I get questions all the time about my camera setup. What do I have to get started doing what you do? And some people aren't comfortable talking. You know, you don't have to have everything that I have attached to my helmet for external microphones so you can hear me talk while I ride. Because if you're hearing me right now, then my audio's working right. This is me talking. This is real life. This isn't me just shooting a video off of my helmet and then going home and recording my voice over it. This is happening right here. But some people have told me I'm not comfortable doing that. Well, then don't do that. If you want to just put a camera on your motorcycle and record your ride, you don't have to say a word. You may introduce somebody to a new road that they didn't know about, or you may reintroduce someone to a road that they had forgotten about. And if you're a great rider, you might inspire the next person to get on a motorcycle and do it. Trust me, if there was 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people in Blue Ridge who were doing the same thing that I'm doing right here, I would give them any kind of advice I could, ride with them and talk to them. And you know, the more of us doing this, the better it is. That's kind of what my feelings are. You know, why can't we all just rise together? Why does there have to be a ceiling on somebody rising? I don't expect I'm ever going to be a great moto vlogger. But you know what? I may not have nothing profound to say. I may not ride brand new cool motorcycles. But some of y'all out there like what I'm doing because you tell me you do. I have a ton of support on that for myself. And you guys always tell me, hey, keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is awesome. We enjoy watching you. We enjoy seeing you. And hey, that encourages me. That just makes me say, okay, then I'm not just wasting my time. You know, whether it's 10 people that like what I do, hey, that's 10 people that, you know, really enjoy something that I'm creating, something that I'm doing. You know, and I know there's people out there watching this video right now who want to do this. And I'm telling you, it's not impossible. Even if you don't ride a motorcycle, you can still be a vlogger. Do you know how many vlogging channels there are with people with cars? Who will go drive the tail of the dragon. They don't talk. They just put a camera on their car. And they get millions of views on their videos. Trucks in the mountains. Just ride through the mountains. You don't have to talk. Just put your camera on the dash and hit record and let it pick up your ride through the mountains in your truck. I mean, it don't have to be this right here. If you've got a side-by-side that you like going off-road on, hook a camera up. Put your video out there and share it. I bet somebody's going to like it. I would like it. I love watching videos, stuff like that. I love watching people get out and enjoy the best that they have. Enjoy their life. Me, I personally ride motorcycles, so that's what fits into my narrative, is I ride motorcycles. So in riding motorcycles, I focus on moto vlog content. But I don't mean that's all I watch. Some of my favorite videos on YouTube are in the mud parks. I love, and I always have loved, mud bogging. I love seeing people put big tires on trucks and go busting through a 100-yard long mud hole and throw mud everywhere. And I used to do that when I was younger. I enjoyed it. But I'm going to tell you something. You think riding a motorcycle is an expensive hobby to have? You should build you a mud bogging truck. That's an expensive habit to have, especially if you pop a axle or you wring a drive shaft off in the middle of a big mud hole. And I have broken axle in the middle of a mud hole before. Let me tell you, it ain't no fun. But there's always something out there. If you love doing something, share it. That gets you in with another group of people who love doing the same thing that you love doing. I mean, there's, like I said, there's no age prejudice, there's no race prejudice, there's no time prejudice, there's no gender prejudice. Share it. Now, I'm not saying share every aspect of your life. I mean, you guys don't see every motorcycle ride that I take. I promise you, you don't. Or you don't hear every conversation that I have about a motorcycle. I do a lot of riding without this camera. Hard to believe, but I do. I do a lot of riding without the camera. I try to shoot my weekly quota of content, and then I ride to enjoy for the enjoyment of the ride. But don't never inhibit yourself just because you think it won't be cool. You're not going to endure to everybody. Not everybody's going to think what you're doing is cool. Because I guarantee you, there's somebody right now watching this video that's going, well, that's stupid to be on a motorcycle as dangerous as they are with a camera on, talking into a camera while you're trying to ride your motorcycle. That's just stupid. To them, it is. To me, it's easy. I can walk and chew gum at the same time. I mean, you know, when you hear me go silent, that means I've come up to a place that I'm not comfortable with, so I'm going to give it my full attention. But, you know, kind of that goes back to the whole motorcycle video I made. The rides we take, ride where you're comfortable. Ride when you're comfortable. Ride how you're comfortable riding. Because if you start trying to push the uncomfort of something, then you're going to lose all interest in it. You know, like somebody getting on a motorcycle. If they've never been on a motorcycle before and you try to put them on some big monster motorcycle that they're uncomfortable with, I promise you, you're going to cause them to lose their interest in riding that motorcycle. But, you know, that's it. I'd like to see more people motovlogging here. We got a ton of motorcycle riders in Blue Ridge. And I got to send a shout out to Slick Willie. Slick Willie's in my friends list, Brian. He's a brother from another mother from a long ways back. Me and Brian's ridden together for off and on for a while, and he messaged me the other day, so hopefully sooner rather than later, I've just got to make time to do it. He has a KTM 1290 that I'm going to be doing a review on my channel. He has offered his motorcycle up for me to ride, and he said, do you want to ride a badass V-twin? And I'm like, every time I get the chance. you haven't said nothing scary yet. But you know, that's just the kind of friends I have. I'm never without a motorcycle. Even if I don't even own a motorcycle, I promise you, I'm never without a motorcycle. If I want to take a motorcycle ride, I can make probably one phone call and I can be on a motorcycle. But I've got friends, brothers and sisters on motorcycles who have, you know, will tell you they trust me no matter what. Because you see how I ride when we're riding, when you're in, I don't ride no different when I'm not shooting content. I ride safe, I ride within my own ability, I ride within my own comfort level. But keep your eyes open, because hopefully soon I'll be able to get with my brother Slick Willie and get his 1290 KTM under me and with the camera going, and be able to ride that bike around and tell you a little bit about it. And if you've got a bike, and I'm not going to say I'm not begging anybody to let me ride their motorcycle. Let me just say that before I say anything else. But if you got a bike out there that you would like for me to ride, I'm going to enjoy it no matter what. If it's on two wheels, I'm going to enjoy it. And you'd like to see me ride your bike and have it on my channel here, message me. Hey, all it is setting up a time to come and do it. Because I get people asking me to ride their bikes all the time. And yeah, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to turn that down. I mean, I'm stupid, I ain't crazy. You know, my daddy only raised two fools, and that was my brothers. No, I'm just kidding. I love my brothers. But no. I'm sorry, that was mean, I know. I love my brothers though, and they're not fools. They're a little bit crazy, but that runs in the family, so. But anyway, guys, I guess that's going to pretty well much bring this video to an end. Hit me up if you want to know what you need to do to get into motovlogging. I'll help you. I'll try to show you everything you need to buy to get your setup on your camera or on your bike. You know, you don't have to buy the best cameras in the world. You can order used GoPros off of Amazon or eBay. People say you can do this with GoPro 4s. I don't know, I've never owned a GoPro 4, but I know a GoPro 5 to a GoPro 8 all take the exact same attachments to do what I'm doing. The 9 I think is a little bit different. Of course, the 9 is a totally different camera, different battery than these, and I'm certain that it's all different hookups. So, but you know, if you want to try to, even if you're not wanting to motovlog, if you want to just set it up, I'll help you out any way I can. All you got to do is just hit me up. I've got no ego about this. I don't feel like I'm installing my competition. That's not what this is about for me. There is no competition, because I promise you, I do something that you don't do that people like, and I guarantee you, you're going to do something that I don't do that people like. And to me, that's what it's all about. But I thank you guys for coming with me today. This is just kind of a random video, and I know I've been saying that in just about every video that I put out here lately, because I haven't had just one subject, but that's kind of been on my mind, the whole, you know, limiting yourself. People limit themselves because they're uncomfortable, or they just don't think they can do it when they can. But anyway, guys, like, comment, share, comment, let me know what you think. If you're still happy with the way that I'm doing things, let me know. Drop down, comment, let me know. I do read all my comments. But find us on Instagram, Rolling with T-Bone. Find us on YouTube, Rolling with T-Bone. And if you ever get to looking for my YouTube channel, scroll down my Facebook page and you'll see where I have shared my YouTube videos to my Facebook page. So that's the quickest way to find it. Every time I try to copy my YouTube link and put it on my Facebook, something goes wrong. But find us there. And guys, I'll tell you what, till the next time, y'all take care of yourselves and each other. I'm T-Bone, and this has been Rolling with T-Bone.